can never have a dull moment when you're there. Like, you'll probably end up meeting a lot of people that you'll get along with. You'll have interests and people you like to talk to, and you end up just having a good time. That's one of the reasons I chose to be in fashion, to express myself.
Students, because when you come up to fashion 2 or 3 or 4, you know that they have the same interest as you, and you get to go deeper into what other people are thinking inside their head. Fashion is something that you can bring out so much of your inner interest and how much creativity that you have inside of you that you never thought you'd had.
It's a nice change from the other electives offered, like the academic ones. Our dance program for sure is a lot more inclusive and a lot more involved with the schools.
I think other schools, they like their coach, they don't really interact with their kids as much as our coach, Miss Hendry. She's really supportive, she inspires us.
It's taught me to be a lot more confident and care about what I'm doing instead of just going through the motions. It's taught me how to be a hard worker.
Dance makes me feel very open, very free, and when I got into dance, it let me express myself and meet new people.
You really become a family. Every day you spend together, it's great. We're really tight-knit.
There's no judgment in that room. It's just peace. It's just, you can go there, express yourself.
It's really let me just have fun.
I feel like I can write a lot in here, and I could put my opinion or put what I think is important out into the world, into where the students can read about. We have a passion for it. That's why we're in here. Like, we have a passion for writing, and we have a passion to get things out into students to know and seek. Like, you have that for the rest of your life and saying, wow, I went to that club and I miss it and I wish I could go back to it.
We interact by sharing our stories that we've written, and we ask each other questions about how we should write things or how we should approach a certain situation. It doesn't just involve the school, it involves things outside of school. It makes it really fun because you're not only writing stories, you're writing about people. It could be about school or outside of school, it could be about yourself or about someone you know. It's just really open.
Ever since I was little, that was like a company for me. So once I was in high school, they offer multiple electives. So I was able to take my first art class, and it's a way of expression for me.
One of the main things that I like about it is that there's no limitations on what he says you could do.
I've had all 3 art teachers here at Basic, and all of their teaching styles helped me in every aspect. You can see by my artwork and all the other kids' artwork that we have significant talent and style and technique because of the many things that they have taught us.
And he just gives you that step forward, and he, instead of saying, here, do this, he's like, here, let me help you follow your dreams and like do what you want to do. And it's kind of just like, I'll give you the tools to do it, and you're going to have that self-motivation to do what you want to do.
It's really about how everybody's like a family, like it's like a big community and everybody's so welcoming and just kind. A lot of different schools, their choirs aren't as close because it's more about just like singing and just getting to this festival and getting this, getting that. Our class is more of like, everybody's like a family.
First of all, it's helped me with my building skills, so it's made me like become more innovative and just like made me think outside the box. I get to do everything behind the scenes, so I get to help build like all the stages and stuff. So that's very prideful for me because I'm be like, yes, I helped build that. If not, I actually built that.
Band has helped me along my way socially and musically. It's made me a more outgoing person along the way. It's very diverse. The people from all types of backgrounds come into play. Met so many friends all over the nation and all over the state.
Skills from orchestra, I've been able to interact with more people. You have to talk to people, get together, practice, And with that, I've met a lot of wonderful people that are now my best friends. Our orchestra, it's more of a family instead of just like an orchestra. Other orchestras are just like, oh, we'll just play and that's it. But for us, we just like laugh and tell stories. But we also have serious moments where we just play.
I'd say the funnest thing is when we perform as an ensemble and like when we get to do solo stuff. We go to a festival every year and we get to perform and we get to see how our performance compares to the other schools. But our guitar program is actually pretty strong compared to other schools because we've been doing well in festivals recently.
You've unified as one, you get to meet a lot of new people and you get to improve your skills.
Hold myself to a higher standard now.
We all love each other and we all care about each other and we all want to see each other succeed.
Learn about pushing myself. It's not just necessarily practicing with playing.
It's amazing to be a musician at Basic.
I think the best thing about robotics is competing in the tournaments, where we finally get to see our robot compete against other people's robots, to compete with other schools, and you just have to work as a team. But you get to compete, you get to see what your robot does well and it doesn't do well in the field, and you get to just have fun.
So the robotics program has kind of helped me find one of my passions. I love building my robot. It's a good stress reliever and it's kind of lose track of time when I'm building my robot. I think that it's something that I might pursue in college, and it is a valuable skill that I can see applications of in the world today. We have a great teacher and we have the freedom and tools that we need to make our robot successful. The robotics program was a really fun way to be creative. The club will go to the competitions outside of the school. It's a different level of thinking.
You get to do things that you like. Like I love cooking, so it's fun. Like you do different stuff and like desserts. You get to eat them.
It's taught us to work together as a group, because when we're in our kitchens, we have 4 or 5 people in our group, and we work together, we take different turns doing different stuff, cooking, cleaning, washing dishes, drying, and serving food. And as you progress through the levels, you start noticing that you have classes with the same people that you had the years prior, and you start making friendships that you wouldn't normally have outside of that class. You get to spend the majority of our class time actually working and doing stuff in the kitchen rather than book work or looking up nutrition stuff. We actually get to do it and experience it firsthand. You get to have fun rather than, oh, this is what you can do later in life. You get to do it like now.
The best thing about DECA is that I get to meet new people from different schools, talk to them, and we all have a certain interests that we all share. So it's awesome finding people just like you that don't go to the same school. It helps you learn different business things. So if you're interested in business, it's really helpful. The best thing about DECA is traveling. I've got to go to Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington, and the Flamingo Hotel just in my 2 years in DECA.
DECA stands for Distributed Education Clubs of America. It's a great networking source. It helps you become a leader, know how to articulate, and helps you not just with business, but in the real world. With having it just on your resume, people that know about it, especially businesses, will be like, wow, they know how to be professional. CES is Consumer Electronics, and it's a convention where they have all these new devices that people have made or conducted with their business. And we were invited. We were like the only school that ever replied to them back. We got to walk around CES, and it was pretty cool.
IB is the International Baccalaureate. It is an internationally recognized program which is all about encouraging teachers and students to engage in what we've found to be the most successful learning experiences possible. It's a framework for good learning and good teaching. Instead of me lecturing and talking at you about what you're supposed to be learning, it's really about you as a student meeting the material where you are and asking questions and wrestling with those problems instead of having me do a lot of the lecture. The diploma program, sometimes called the DP, is an intense college preparatory program, the junior and senior year of high school. Its primary intent is learning with huge college success and readiness compared to almost any other program on the planet. All students should really care about the quality of their own learning because it sets the tone very often for their future and opens some doors that might otherwise be closed. If they're really looking at opening some opportunities for college in terms of scholarships, in terms of success, if they've got big dreams, it's an absolutely excellent route for them to go.